the recall, where you learn to recall from your memory, and then you kind of identify the gaps in what you've missed. And then the fourth stage is we are going to build flashcards with Gemini and Notebook. I'll show you how, and many other things you could do with Gemini. It's just very short session, but it's probably very impactful. And we're going to create those flashcards, and I'll show you how you can use that to learn something. You've read today. We all know that when you read something today, after one day, 75% of what you've read of what you've read is gone, and that's simply backed by research. We've already established all of that. So using flashcards and all of that, it's really going to be what is going to help you to recall from your memory. So just as a refresher, this is how the challenge is going to work. This is the plan I've created for us. The next slide I'm going to show you guys is just going to be a passage, just one slide of passage. Please do not try to screenshot it. Do not try to write it down. Just study it as if you have, let's assume you have an exam in 30 minutes time or in 1 hour, and you're told that this last page, or you have an interview, and you just be like, okay, this is what you're going to be asked. So try to read it. Just be sincere with yourself. You see this, the next 30 minutes, what you're going to take away from the next 30 minutes is going to stick with you forever. For me personally, these are the techniques I've always been using, even without AI, right? My friends knows me in class. I sometimes don't attend lectures that much. All I need to do, I photocopy notes. My friends in Nacho, I'll probably bring him here. He's good at writing notes. His note is structured. He's the AI of my time, actually. So I'm busy from one program to the other. Sometimes I'm even away in school for a week, either for Voices for Change Challenge or British Council National Study Visits or Youth Making a Difference or what have you. But I make sure that the classes I'm missing is with the consent of the lecturer, because sometimes I represent the department, represent the school as a student representative council level or what have you. But one thing I'm good at is I'm good at creating flashcards in my memory. If I look at something and I know when to cram and when not to cram, but what is really helping me is recall from memory. Okay, so I photocopy my notes and then have a blank note, and I try to write down all what I've read and see if I can recall. So we're going to practice this today. So the next slide you're going to see here, what you just have is going to be 3 minutes. Try to read this, study this based on your technique. Don't write anything down, just study it, read, right? And you have 3 minutes, right? Once you've done that for that 3 minutes, then we're going to have the next session, which is going to be you trying to recall what you've read here. You can either just write it down in the chat or you write it down in the paper. Then I'm going to bring back this thing for you. Then you see what you've written down and what is missing, and see what is missing. You identify the gaps. So if what you've missed is much, then that means that your recall is not good enough and you need to practice this more on your own. Then after that, we're now going to go to AI. I'm going to use AI for you to, I'll show you how you can now use AI to do that active recall and then to improve your active recall. And then you'll be able to do this thing over and over again on your own. And you can practice this with any kind of skill, any kind of course or any subject. This is what one of the techniques that most medical students use that really help them especially when they have exams and other things. So now you have just 30 minutes, take 3 minutes. I'm just going to bring up my clock, my timer. So you have 30 minutes, and I said 30 minutes, 3 minutes. Study this thing very well. And after that, we'll try to see if we can record this. Can you see my screen?
Lies back.
Can you see my screen,
Not yet.
guys? You can't see the PowerPoint slide?
We can, sir, we can.
Okay.
Nancy.
Okay, cool. So your time start now.
Wow. When a honey bean discovers a witch.
Yeah, we've had just 1 minute 30 seconds. I say 1 minute 30 seconds. 1 minute 10 seconds left. Thirty seconds. Ten seconds. And your time is up. All right. So now I'm going to start my time again now. We have just 2 minutes. Try to write everything you can remember about it. So if you can write it, you can just type it. Don't paste it in the chat yet. Just type it and just keep. So when the 2 minutes is over, I'll just ask everyone to paste. You can just type it down. But if you feel you don't want to paste it in the chat, you can just write it down in a sheet of paper. So I just needed to know, just try to recall everything that you've read. So your 2 minutes start now. Just write everything you can remember about the Waggle dance, the names, the numbers, how it works, whatever comes back to you. Feel free, just write it. It honestly feel uncomfortable. Remember, in our day two, we've learned how uncomfortable it is trying to recall something from a memory. But the ability for you to be able to recall that thing and the stress you're going through while trying to recall something is what is going to help you to remember that thing when you needed it the most. Just always put that at the back of your mind, because your brain is going to, and you're also increasing the retentive memory that you're going to have. Your retention is increasing over time. That's why you see some people could just listen to you and then you say something and then they'll say that same thing back to you. Okay, so just okay. Just have 1 minute left. Thirty seconds. Type everything you can remember. By now, you should be in your chat, and once it's over, we can just paste it. And by then, you shouldn't try to edit once your time is up. Just paste everything in the chat. No judge. We are here to learn, all of us. We are all here to learn together. But if you don't want to put it in the chat, it's fine. You can just write it down in a paper or just for your own record. But we'll appreciate you putting it in the chat. So let's all let's learn. Let's see how things happen. All right, guys, your time is up. Now let's put everything in the chat. So let's put everything in the chat. So let's put everything in the chat. Wherever you've typed, put it in the chat, put it in the chat, put it in the chat. Yep. Abdul Malik, I can see yours in the chat. Yeah, put it in the chat. Yep. Elijah, thank you. Thank you. Jimo, Sabdat, thank you for putting yours in the chat as well. Okay, so we've all put everything we could learn in the chat. Now let's go back. Now let's go back to it. So what the next stage what we're going to do now is just look at what you've put in the chat and see, compare and contrast. What have you missed? Just highlight. You don't need to write everything. Just highlight what you missed. Oh, I didn't mention this. Oh, I didn't mention that. So let's put that in the chat. All right. Putting it in the chat is just 1 minute. Okay, thank you, Abdul Malik. He said, I didn't mention the distance and the direction of the dance in relation to the food. Absolutely. Oh, Ramlad Bashir, I miss everything. No worries, actually. No worries. So the fact that you admitted that's also a learning process. We are here to learn how to learn. Okay, Marta says, I didn't mention the scientists. Good. And Manasseh, okay, just posted his own 1 second dance. So what did you miss? So what did you miss, Manasseh? You didn't tell us what you miss. So compare and contrast. Okay, Sabda says she didn't mention the direction and I didn't indicate the source as the flower. Awesome. So guys, you can see this is the active recall. This is exactly how active recall works. And I guarantee you, if you use this, you can learn anything and everything. While I was in South Korea, right, some of my lectures was in Korean. Some of it was in Korean. And Korea work with a grading system that you only get A+ from 97 out of 100, right? But my 2 years of my studies there, all my courses, I had A+. Meaning like I graduated with 5.5, 5.0, although they operate 4.4, 4.5 or 4.3. So it simply means for every of my courses, I get 97, 98, 99, or 100 over 100. And I'm telling you guys that this is the technique I use. It's active recall. I don't stress much. I read, once I read, I try to recall what I've read. And that technique is even proven to be one of the best technique in science. So before we proceed to now show you, we are going to use the same, let me just come over, this same waggle dance. We're going to practicalize it on how you can use AI to practice the active recall. And with this, I will kind of point at you guys randomly. Please don't go and peep at the chat now to go and pick answers. So, but before, I'm just going to copy this. Then I'll stop sharing, right? I'm going to share my screen again. But before then, I'll just need 1 or 2 people to just tell me how they feel about this exercise before we proceed with me showing you how to use AI for the active recall. I just need 2 people. Tell me, how do you feel? How do you feel about the active recall? You can just unmute your mic or just raise your hand and then I'll just call on you. So anyone, just tell me how you feel. Or you can put it in the chat as well. Abdul Malik saying it's amazing. Okay. Abdullah, you want to say something? Abdullah Yakubu? Go on.
No. I wanted to read in what Abdul Malik wrote. It's okay.
Oh, okay. So, okay, Manasseh says it's a new discovery. Yeah, it's a new discovery for me. Yeah, the active recall technique. A lot of people don't know this technique, honestly. And Zakia Bello said the technique, it's really educative. Now, let me now even make, okay, Marta. Okay, you can go on, Marta. Yeah, you want to say something?
Hello, good evening.
Yeah, good evening, Marta.
Yeah, thank you for your presentation thus far. Although I came in a bit late, but the few minutes I've spent has been nice. And this technique is actually wonderful and is actually what I used while I was in school. But the thing is, when you don't see people doing what you do, sometimes you tend to get discouraged and may just like maybe quit or something like that. Along the line, I actually stopped using it. But I really feel nice hearing you say this. It feels good, and I think I'll go back to it. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you so much for that feedback, Marta. And I really appreciate the fact that you said you've tried it before. And just to kind of buttress what to say, when you try that technique, right, always try to combine it with other techniques that works for you, right? For instance, now, if you studied agriculture, right, I think some people study agriculture here. We have a course called CPPR 301, and that course is being taught with by about 4 or 5 professors. And that course literally has to do with names of maybe like crop protection, right? So it has to do with, you have to cram the name, you have to know the names of pests, and maybe the diseases that is associated with it and all of that. So, and the spelling is exactly as it is. For instance, they could tell you, let me see if I can even remember some of these things, right? Let me see, which one? Manasseh, can you help us? Anyone? Can you remember any?
Okay. And Callistobrocus maculatus.
Yes, Callistobrocus musculatus, good. So you see those kind of names, right? You need to get them exactly as it is. So now I use a combination of active recall technique, right? I use active recall technique we just did now. I use it with another technique, which is called the shorthand technique. So the shorthand technique is a technique that you just try to, Maruka Vitrata, Vigna Ungugulata. Now that I mentioned it, now it's coming back to me as well. That is active recall, actually. So I use active recall alongside with the shorthand technique. And the shorthand technique, it's divided into, probably categorized into two, roughly. So there's the one that you just give, like, for instance, now, Tariq, we used to say mad, right? If I say, Tariq, you are mad, Tariq is going to be happy if I tell him that he is mad. But if I tell any other person here that he's mad, that person will feel like I'm insulting the person because the person doesn't understand. So I and Tariq, 10 years ago, we come up with acronym for almost everything. When we say mad, making a difference. We say crazy, creative, reactive, active, zealous, and a youth. So when we tell ourselves that you are crazy, you are this, it's only us that know what it means, right? So that is shorthand. You just put MAD, and that is what? Mad, right? But there's another technique you could do for it, is that you could try to associate the starting of something to something that you know. For instance, now, Vigna Ungugulata is Vigna. Ungugulata start with you. I could just say like V, I could just say Vespa or something that you know it could help you to remember that. I compare that with active recall. So when I try to recall it actively and I'm unable to remember it actively, then I'm going to assign the shorthand to it because I need to get the spelling exactly as it is. So as you move forward, you can always combine active recall with other techniques. So thank you very much, Martha, for saying that. We have just less than 3 minutes left before I start showing you what AI could do and how AI could help you recall in terms of a lot of other things. And I think we have Abdul Malik have his hand up earlier. So Abdul Malik, you want to say something with respect to the technique active recall?
Good evening. I
Good evening, sir.
really enjoy the technique. It's actually nice and it helps because people feel when you are age, like when you're an adult, your brain does not fire. But I think it's a lie because it takes active training and like participation all the time for one to actually make such kind of thing possible. And that's why you see there are people that are actually old for their memory is pretty sharp. So the active recall is actually an amazing technique. Thank you
All right.
for bringing it to life.
All right, thank you so much for sharing that feedback with respect to the active recall exercise. So the next exercise we're going to do now, you probably don't have to do anything. You just have to watch me as I do it, is helping you to use AI to do the active recall. But if you think you can follow through, for me, if I join online session, I usually join with tool system. So I have my workstation, I have my laptop, I have my phone, and I also have my big screen computer. So what I do is that I'm watching on one screen, on the bigger screen, and I'm practicing on small screen. And then if there's any other thing I need to do, maybe like Googling, I use maybe my phone as well. So, and sometimes I use tree system just to do that. So if you have that kind of system set up, it's fine. But if you don't have any, you're just doing it from a mobile phone, I understand. I've been in that position before. You just have to follow. So I'm just going to show you how to use AI tools. I'm going to use show you 2 or 3 AI tools that you can use, and you're going to choose your favorite one. Okay. Just to make us understand this, I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to share everything so you can watch me as I'm moving from one side to the other. Let me just share the entire window. Okay. So just confirm you can see my screen. Now I'm showing the slide. Can you see the PowerPoint slide?
Yes, we can see.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, because I won't probably be seeing the chat anymore. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this. The study source is called Waggle Dance. I'm going to Alt Tab. I'm going to open up this again. I'm coming back to, so now we have three tools, which are my favorite when it comes to learning, right? Some of you may want to use Claude or ChatGPT, but those ones usually have limitations because you eat your free limit easily. But if you had paid subscription for them, then you can go ahead to do them. But if you don't have them, just go to Gemini 1, or you come to this place here, Notebook LM. Just come to, let me open Google just to make you easy for you guys. I can go to the site directly. Come to Google, just type Notebook LM, and you click on search. So once it's open on search, just click on this Gemini Notebook. It used to be Google Notebook. It's going to take you to this page. And once it's take you to this page, click on Try Gemini Notebook. And once it say Try Gemini Notebook, just click on Let's Go. So these are just, and once you have this, for you, you won't see any of these things here, right? So you see create notebook, new notebook, but don't create that anymore. Just leave it. I just want to open everything we want to learn down. And then this is Gemini. Open Gemini. Just go to Gemini. This is Ask Away, TikTok 5, open it. Then the other one is going to be Anki-Dex. Anki-Dex. So this is Anki-Dex. You can use Anki-Dex without even signing up, but if you sign up, you get more privilege. And you can create flashcards. So I'll start with Anki-Dex. So, but for Anki-Dex, basically, it requires you to upload and not to paste. But because what we want to practicalize is paste, so you may have to, okay, let's say text. Come over to text, and I'll just paste it. So which is called the Waggle Dance. I'll just come over here to give it title so they will know this is the Waggle Dance. So now come over here now. I'll just type this at the top. So the Waggle Dance. Now, once you click on generate flashcards, it's going to ask you what format do you want it to be? Do you want it to be question and answer? Do you want it to be closed? Do you want it to be multiple choice? So now multiple choice, over on it, it tells you generate multiple choice flashcards. So if you are preparing for an exam that you know there's going to be multiple choice, then you can upload the notes, upload your notes to this, you scan it with your mobile phone. I recommend you downloading Microsoft 365. So it allows you to scan for free. You can convert Word to PDF for free. So download the app or use WPS, right? So you scan your notes and you upload it. Don't worry about your handwriting. The AI is going to detect your writing clearly. And then once you do, if you just question and answer, which is just going to be generating basic question, you put it. If you want it to be like a close where you fill in the blank, you select. But now I'm just going to select the 3. And once I select this, it has advanced settings, but there's no problem about that. You can even use it to learn a new language. Just click on generate flashcard. And that's it. So while this is coming up, you can see now. So I know you guys have read this, so I'm going to ask a question, and anyone should just on mic and tell me. So it asks a question: what is the primary function of the Honeybee Waggle Dance? Can anyone tell me based on what you've read? What's the primary function?
To signal the rest of the colony about a flower that has nectar.
Awesome. Now let's see if it's correct or not. You now click on this and it reveals the answer. You say to communicate the location of a food source to other bees in the colony, which is the same type signal for food source. Exactly. So this is how you can use Anki-Dex to create flashcard to test your memory. So instead of writing it down, you create the flashcard, it asks you the question, and then you try to answer it, and you turn off, you turn this on, and then you check if it's correct or not. Next, you move to the next one. It asks a question: who was the scientist responsible for decoding the Honeybee Waggle Dance? I need to put the answer in the chat, or you unmute your mic and say it before I click on the answer.
Austrian scientist. Austrian scientist.
Okay, Austrian scientist. So now this is the answer. Carl von Frisch. Oh, yeah, thank you, Manasseh. Manasseh got it right. Let's even make this more interesting. So let's be putting our answers in the chat, and whosoever gets Saadatu and Abdul Malik, Asad Malik and Abdullah Yakubu, our moderators, please take note of the people that get the answers right. So for those people that get the answers right, courtesy of Potently, we're going to offer you a free CV review. Okay? Or if you're applying for a scholarship, we'll offer you a free CSOP review. Or if you have an interview, one of our team members is going to help you to prep like a mock interview. Let's make this even more competitive. Let's see one answer. So next question with Anki. It said the Waggle Dance follows the shape of a dash Let's put our answers in. Moderators, please do not go for answers that comes up after I have click on reveal. Okay. So okay, that's it. I'll just reveal my answer now. It says figure 8. Awesome. Next question, you can see this is fill in the blank. Now it says another question. In the waggle dance, what does the angle of the waggle run indicate? What's the answer? Okay, I'm unveiling now. So I've just unveiled this now. It says the direction of the full source in relation to the sun. This is how AI can help you practice active recall. Okay, let's still go again. This is just 7. Okay, now it's asking us in a waggle dance, what does it mean if a bee waggles straight down? What's the answer? Fly towards the sun, fly to the right of the sun, fly away from the sun, fly to the left of the sun. Away from the sun, okay. Away from the sun, away from the sun, away from the sun. Okay, I've clicked away from the sun, and that's correct. If I had clicked something else, it will tell you wrong. You see? So that's the good thing about using this one. Now I'll click on next. How does a honeybee signal the distance to a food source during the waggle dance? So I'm going to share this now. Click. It said the length of the waggle dance, roughly 1 second of waggling indicates 1 kilometer of dance. Okay, so the last question is, during the waggle dance, the dash of the movement indicates how rich the food source is. What's going to be the answer? So I'm going to reveal this. And it said during the waggle dance, the energy of the movement indicates how rich the food source is. That's the answer. So now there's a whole lot that you can do with the Anki-Dex. You can export, you see, we didn't even sign, you can export all of this as PDF because it has already created all of it for you here. You can also kind of create this question. While I was in ABU, I usually, I and my other friend Ahmed, we used to set up brainstorm exams. We used to read past questions for the last 10 years. We study it. And then we'll study the lecture notes of this year, last 2 years, last 3 years, last 5 years. And based on that, we'll now set up the questions. And we ask our colleagues or even people from junior classes to come and write the exam. And we also mark it. But we are students as well. While we are doing that, it automatically sticks on our brain. And I think we have some people here that already which benefited from this session. It's called brainstorm exams. So now, but with AI, there was no AI then. So we have our brains working as AI. So, and why I'm just only showing you guys to use AI, I'm a fan of AI. I use AI a lot. In the last 4 or 5 years, I've tested over 1,000 AI tools. In fact, I have companies that I do test AI tools for them, like Gemini and all of those things, right? So if Anki-Dex, just easy, just search, I'll put the link. And I think we have a YouTube. I made a YouTube video on Anki-Dex. I'll just share the link for you guys on my YouTube channel. Just hold on. I'll just share it for you so you can learn more about Anki-Dex, how to use Anki-Dex in full. Just a moment. Yeah, just where is it? Anki-Dex. Yeah, this is my YouTube channel. So I have yep, this is it. AI noting. No, not this one. Anki-Dex. Yeah, this one. So you will learn everything about Anki-Dex in there. And if you like what you saw or you like me, just help me subscribe and share. Now let's come over to the next thing I want to show you guys about Anki-Dex. The only disadvantage of Anki-Dex is that let me come over to the pricing. Okay, it has signed me in already. So advantage of Anki-Dex is that you can also come up with a note. Right? You can come up with a note. It can generate notes for you. If you don't have a note, you could just tell it a topic and it's just going to create a topic for you. And apart from that, you can even, it has a study mode where you just tell it what you want to learn. It's either you want to learn in form of a spaced repetition, or you want to generate quiz, or you want advanced, you want it to shuffle, or you want it to make you type the answers. Anyhow you want it, Ankidex will help you. We just have a limitation of what you have to do every day. So I think maybe 5 or 10 okay, this is free. So now you can generate 4 deck generations per month, 10 pages per document, 5 AI images occlusion per month, 5 minutes per video. You can create video, 25 character limit, document, whatever. So, but for your quizzes is unlimited. So that means you can use it for quiz as much as you like. Space repetition, unlimited. But let's assume you really studying and you don't want to use Anki. I'll take you to Gemini, just the normal Gemini. For me, my best is Notebook LM, and you can, if you want to even write your project, you want to write a publication, you could use Notebook LM. You want to write literature review for your research. I think one of you mentioned that they do write projects, so I'll show you Notebook LM, and you can see how you can use Notebook LM to do that. I have just less than 15 minutes left to continue showing this, but now let's come to Gemini. Everybody knows Gemini is just like ChatGPT, but for stuff like this, I like to use Gemini because Gemini, you hardly hear Gemini telling you that you finished, wait for another hour, wait for 2 hours, or wait for 3 hours. So if you want to learn, use Gemini. And Gemini has different mode, yeah? You can just come over to, you can select either modules like guided learning, right? This is guided learning, you study and learn new things. But now I don't want us to do anything, just the normal one. You can just easily just say something like, hey Gemini, I am preparing for exam, and I want you to act as an examiner with 20 years experience. Your task is to quiz me, Okay, first, your task is to prepare me for the exam and subsequently quiz me using flashcards and any other learning technique that has been proven to work. This is not a perfect prompt, okay? So I'm also going to show you guys how to write prompts. I think that should be in week 2 or week 3. I'm not sure how to write effective prompts. You write a prompt like a pro. So below is the exam content. If you attach it, if it's an attachment, is your notes, snap it and attach it. And the good thing is you can just click on this microphone. I can just speak to it, okay? But this is interesting. But what is more interesting is Gemini, is the notebook. So let me just open this. This is notebook, yeah. And then you just send. So in your notebook, I think I've created okay, these are just practice, is just trying to, but this is not what I want. Now just tell it create a flashcard to quiz me. And it's going to do that for you. Just a moment. We have, I think in day 3, I've shared prompts that you can use. Just straightforward prompts, but I'm going to compile 100 prompts that you can use to study, you can use to write your exams, you can use to write your project or anything. Now look at it. It has created 25 questions for you. And the beauty of this is that you can track your learning. It asks the question, scientists who decoded the waggle dance. Once you click on this, it tells you the answer. Carl von Vich, that's the answer. You click on this next. Nationality of Carl von Vich. What's the nationality? You say it or you write it, and then you do this. It tell you Austrian. Okay. You move on to the next one. It tells you, yeah, Carl von Vich received the Nobel Prize. You click on this, it tells you the answer. So this is similar to what you have in Ankidex, but the beauty of this Gemini own is that it's a chart. You can tell it to do anything. Now let's try to quiz. Do we have a prompt? Anyone has a prompt from what you've learned in day 3? Let's see whether you guys can remember. Anyway, you can just think sometimes you don't have to worry about prompt. To just think of what next you want to see. You can just tell it that Gemini, okay, quiz me on fill in the blanks questions, and you click on next. Let's say you're done with this 25. It's going to come up with that for you, and it's going to appear here on the screen. And the good thing of this is you can do it on your mobile, so you don't necessarily have to have a laptop to use Anki-Dex or to use Gemini or to use Notebook LM. And look at this now. This is good. The next thing they said, the behavior of the waggle dance was first decoded by Dash. And this one just says question. I could just say Dutch, but it's actually Austrian. But I click Dutch for you so that you can see. It's going to tell you it's wrong. The text identifies the scientist as Austrian, not Dutch, and then it gives the answer. So if it's a complex answer, you can also tell it to give you hints. Let's try something. Okay. Next, quiz me on the most difficult questions from the source, and provide hints to help me answer it. And you click on this. This is going to go off. It's going to give you a fresh set of questions. So if it's ChatGPT or Claude, you eat your limit fast. But Gemini, I don't think I've ever hit my limit on this. You can see now. This is tough. It says a scout has been discovered. A scout bee has discovered a flower patch located 3.5 kilometers from the hive. For how many seconds should the waggle run last? You can see now it's based on that. It's now creating advanced question for it, and it's going to give you hints. Recall the specific ratio of time to distance mentioned in the text. So this is how you can use AI to help you learn. And if it is business that you're doing, you want to be an entrepreneur or something, you can still use the same technique, the same knowledge. The only piece that is missing is what? Is the prompt engineering. I'm not sure you guys are with me because I'm not seeing the screen. So let me make sure I'm looking at you guys are still with me. Okay, you guys are with me. Awesome. So now let's now go to the last one, right? Which is the Gemini Notebook, formerly Notebook LM. I've shown you how to get here. So the next thing you're going to do is just click on New Notebook. Okay, once you click on New Notebook, the beauty of this tells you that you can use it to search from the web. Just the same thing with Anki-Dex. You can just check something from the you can use something from YouTube. You can just copy a YouTube. If your lecturer gives you YouTube, just put the YouTube link here and it's going to extract it for you. And if you have a topic, you don't know the topic, let's say it's let me just create a topic. Let's say aflatoxins in maize, for instance. That was it. And it's going to create flashcards for you based on that. Okay. And you can also use Gemini, the same thing for this. But now let's come over to Notebook, what I wanted to say. So now the beauty of Notebook LM is that imagine you have 50 PDFs of maybe research papers and you want to write a literature review on it. You can attach all of them here. If you have them, you can upload them. You can upload as many as you like. And if it's from the web, you can just click on the web, just put in the URL of the publication, and it's going to add it to your source. Okay. But now let's just start with the one we're doing on. Let's copy this, right? Copy this. You can also do this. I think someone asked a question that she doesn't have a laptop. I think in our D3 learning that they don't have a laptop. How can they do it on the Notebook LM? Go to your Play Store and search for Notebook LM, and you can download it and you can use it there. So now here you just click on copy text and then you paste it here because it's not much, and you click on insert and it's going to appear over here. So this is your what? This is where it appears. Now imagine you have a bulky note. You can start asking a question to be summarizing what is in the note. You could just ask questions like maybe summarize the note for me, and it does the summary for you quickly, right? And the beauty of this is you can save this as a note and it's going to appear here. So while it's doing all of it, you can see now this is a summary of everything. The waggle dance, if you got it, whatever, summarize it. If you have any further questions, what is the takeaway from it? But this is just your normal chart, like what ChatGPT or not, but that's not the beauty of Notebook LM. This is just that you can use it to summarize. Where Notebook LM actually makes more sense is this. You can come over to video overview and you can generate an explainer video for this. You can create flashcard for this. You can create a quiz for this. You can create a mind map from this. You can create an infographic. Imagine you have a presentation and you need to create PowerPoint slide. You can just come over to this here and click slide deck, and it's going to create a PowerPoint presentation for you that you can be able to present. Okay, yeah. So now let's just click on flashcards. While flashcard is generating, I'll also click on quiz. This is also generating. I'm also going to click on, let's click on infographics as well. And then I'm just also going to click on the, now the beauty of this is that you can create an audio, just like a podcast. You can create all of this, click on audio overview, and it's going to create an audio for you, just like a podcast. So imagine you're something that you're washing clothes, or you want to play football, or you're traveling. You can just play your notes. You can just use this audio, generate the audio from your lecture note, and you can be listening to it, and as if the lecturer is just explaining to you. And you can even tell it to make it, okay, let's just try it now. Now let's come over here. You can see it tells you, is it deep dive? Do you want it to be in form of debate, someone asking question and answering, or you just want it to be just anything you want it to be? Even you want the voice to change, you can just put it in here and it's going to generate it for you easily. No time wasted. And if you wanted to do a video for you, click over here. It tells you the video, be communication, what aspect. If I just say everything, I just say everything in the source. And I just click generate. So while this is generating, let's look at other things I've generated. Look at the quiz session now. This is the quiz session where you just click, you can see it tells you question. It has generated 10 questions, right? It says which scientist was awarded Nobel Prize, blah, 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 blah. It gives you the int. Next, okay, I didn't answer it. Previous, I just click on which is wrong. It tells you it's wrong and it gives a reason. So imagine this is a complex topic you are learning, for a complex topic. It's going to tell you, oh, this is why this is not working. You can even upload your notes, look at the past questions from your lectures, and then just attach the past question to it, and then help you to answer. This is not for you to use it during the exam. It's to help you learn. But always make sure that you've tried the active recall on your own. Always attach active recall. I'm a fan of AI, but only assisted AI. In anything I do, my originality is there, my indigeneity is there, but at the same time, my creativity is there, but AI is assisting me to do it better because I've done these things without AI. I've mastered them without AI. I've used them over and over and over again. I was the best graduating student in my department. I was a third overall. I almost had a first class. The reason I didn't have a first class was because I had a 7 credit unit load called free practical training. I had a 69 over and 70 star from A star from 70. I had a 69, just 1 mark, but who cares? I don't, man. The world is, I've moved above first class, and when I move over to South Korea, I've proven that my techniques has always worked. And this is not for me to just bluff or to fluff, but just to make you understand that these things are tested okay, and now that you have AI, please use it. A lot of us are just only chatting, using the internet, following people that really doesn't matter. And we use this to just tell you, go to your Facebook, LinkedIn, whatever, screen your profile, look at the kind of things that's appearing in your timeline, look at the people that you're following. Are there people that are sharing things that will help you learn, or they're sharing things that will inspire you, things that you can resonate with? This is how you learn. Most of the people that have mentored me did not mentor me directly. It's called shadow mentoring. I only follow them by just looking at what they do, and I try to recreate them myself. Now you have AI, this things will help you more. Now let's look at this. You can just close this, come back to studio. We've seen what it has created, and let's look at the mind map. Mind map is just all about categorizing things for you. You can see this is it now, the language of the hive decoding the Wagudans. You can see it tells you, even visualize it for you in a way that you can understand it. And because if you're a person that learn visually, right? So by the time you see this, if you've forgotten, you can look at this visual and you can remember everything about it. Okay. And let's look at this other one here. Okay, we've checked the flashcard. Okay, this is the flashcards as well. You can see. So this is the flashcards. So, and the beauty of this is it asks you the questions, you answer, then you can use this to practice active recall, and you see click on show answer. You see? And if you write, this is what you do. Let's say, assume I didn't get it wrong. I'll click on this. It's going to mark me wrong that I didn't get it wrong. Then it asks another question. In which year was Carl von Wrige awarded the Nobel Prize for his discovery for big communication? Let's say I say 2020. I click on C answer and it says 1973. That means I'm wrong. And it's telling me I'm going to get it next time. And let's say this one here, I said is 1 second, for instance, right? Or figure 8, okay? Let's assume I get this right and I click right. It tells me got it. And you can continue doing this continuously with the Notebook LM. And at the end of the day, it's going to tell you the ones you get right and the ones you didn't get right. So that's Notebook LM. And this is absolutely free. I've used it several times. I've shown people how to use this. People have used it for research and they've never hit their limit, reset limit. Okay. I have just 2 minutes to go and I'll just show you one last thing as a bonus. If you're using Edge browser, okay, there's one other one called Microsoft Copilot, and how I like to use Microsoft Copilot. So let's say I will just close everything here. I use Claude a lot as well. I use many AI tools. Like I told you guys, I usually test AI tools while I was in South Korea. In fact, I get paid. I was working with freelancing for a company while I was in South Korea, and that company, they do pay me to just test AI tools. And most of these popular brands, before they get released, probably one of them that I've done that. Now, let me just open something quickly. I just want to show you guys something quickly. Oh, sorry. Did I close this? There's something with Edge browser, which you will find amazing. Some of you may not know it. Just quickly. Come on. What happened, guys? Sorry. Tariq, sorry. You have your 10 minutes back for asking question. Yep. So, what's happening? Did I close this? Why is my Edge closing? Okay, it's opened. Yeah. So now let's come over to, I'll just open something. Let me open this transcriptional regulation. This is a journal. I just want you guys to show you guys something quickly. So let's assume you are reading something on the internet, right? And that thing that you're reading on the internet is bulky for you, like a paper. This is a publication now, okay? So, and let's say you want to read this to understand this, and it's lengthy, you don't have time. You're looking for something specific. What you just need to do is come over to the top right corner here, click on charts. And once this chart open up, it's here, right? The beauty of this is
I can't see, your screen is not moving again. I don't think maybe it's from my own end, probably.
Can you guys see my screen?
No.
It's still the previous screen that is showing.
Oh my God, sorry guys.
Wow.
Thank you. Let me just quickly, I'll stop resharing and share it again. Sorry guys, thank you for calling that out. So I'll share my screen again now, and then you confirm if you can see my screen, entire screen. Okay, what about now? Can you see my screen, or is just my big bald head you're seeing?
Yeah,
You can see it now.
Okay, now
Yes.
can you see Edge browser?
yes.
Okay,
It's
now
up.
so what I'm saying is that let's assume you're reading something on Edge, right? This is a browser. It's Microsoft Edge browser. So I like to use it when I'm browsing some things, right? So when you're browsing, for instance, and you just want to check, instead of reading all of this, what you can just do is just click on charts like this. And once you click on chart, it's opened by the by this side. Now let's just click on create a summary of this page. It's instantly read everything here and it summarizes it for you. You can see it summarizes it for you. And let's say you want to understand the gap in this research. Maybe, yeah, you could use it for articles or anything. It has summarized it for you. And you could just ask it to maybe like what's the research gap, or what's the gap, or what's the gap? Let me just see, what's the gap in this article? You can ask questions like, what is the main findings? Yep, it tells you this is the gap. You ask what is the main findings. It's just read the articles and tell you. Now, let's say you can even also use it to practice active recall. Let's say you could just say, okay, I'm studying for an exam which is based on this paper. Create a flashcard to quiz me, and you click on this, and instantly it's going to have a flashcard for you. right in this chat box. And the beauty of this is that you can just quickly use it to check. So when I'm learning something, you can see main function of EGR. And I just say it, and let's say I didn't get it right. It's good. You can just, okay, you can see just same thing as what you have in Notebook LM. But the beauty of this is that you just quickly, you're chatting. You don't have the note, it's online. Maybe it's an article that you can't download and all of that. This is just the tools that I use, and I really want you guys to use them. So knowing when and how to use them now is now up to you. Which one is your favorite is up to you. And I'll hand over to the moderators, but one last thing, guys. Let's say you want to search aflatoxins. I still use Google's more than any other thing. Let's say aflatoxin. I just say what is aflatoxin. I'll show you guys something that most of you did not know. Aflatoxin, and I just click on enter. So you can see here, it gives you search, but there's what is called AI mode. This is AI mode. So once you click on show more, it just brings you as a chart as well. And this is what I use most of them. But if I don't want all, I can just bring this to AI mode, and then it just search out these things for me. I read it faster, I ask a question. You probably don't know this exists in Google. So guys, these are tools that you can use to help yourself learn. And before I hand over to the moderators, this is an humble ask from me to you guys. Try to subscribe to my YouTube channel, but my YouTube channel is not as important as you guys following potently, because we're trying to apply for more collaboration with other organizations, and our visibility really important. So guys, LinkedIn and Facebook is where we're active more, and Instagram. So please just try to say one or two things about us. And my time is up. Thanks, guys. Moderators, over to you. Bye. Hope you guys enjoyed.
Yeah, thank you so much. And it's a really an insightful section. Please, let's see some emojis. Let's show the sign of appreciation. We appreciate you, sir. Thank you so much. I think our next speaker.
Please, I have a question.
Okay, ma, please go ahead.
Yes, he spoke about using some of these tools for like writing research papers and the rest of them. What about plagiarism? Won't it be flagged for plagiarism?
Yeah, thank you for your question. I think that's a kind of misconception from my end. I didn't say right. I said to do literature review to study, right? So because I say you may have like 50 materials and you want to summarize, you want to understand it, then you use Notebook LM to understand it better. Okay, not for you to write, but for you to really conceptualize, to understand, to find the gap, to find the research, to understand it, and all of that. Because when you're writing your paper, the most important thing when you're writing your project or your research is that you need to do literature review. And that simply means you have to read papers, you have to read wide. But with Notebook LM, it's going to help you to probably to read faster, to understand what a paper is talking about faster. So imagine you uploading 50 sources of publications related to your project on Notebook LM, and you're asking it to find the gaps for you, you're asking it to teach you some things, you're asking it questions, summarize it for me. That's why you use it, just for your literature review. And once it writes it for you, then you can even use it to generate a draft, okay? But you now have to now write it in your own words, with your own originality, and also you tailor it to your own project. So you can always use it to brainstorm. You can use it to summarize. There are many other tools like SciSpace, ResearchRabbit, Illicit, many of them that will help you but this is not a research class. This is just the AI and learning. Okay, so possibly in the coming weeks, we may have a session on that. Maybe next week, we may have a session on that if it's part of what we're going to learn. Otherwise, after the summer program, we'll have a dedicated session on how to use AI tools to learn, to write your papers, but not like to write originality, but just to make writing paper easy for you. I hope that answers your questions. Yep. Moderators, over.
Okay, thank you. I think we just have 3 more minutes to go. So the floor is open for questioning and answering. So Abdulaziz, I hope you are close. The floor is yours. Let the questions start coming. Thank you. If you have any question for our speaker today, the floor is open. We just have 3 more minutes to go.
Mr. Tariq, over to you. If while they're trying to ask questions, you can just give us your last words.
I'm just ready for the questions.
Okay,
For me, I would just like to commend every single person that had waited to the end. You see, what TikTok has just shared could look like it's simple, but actually, it's something that a whole lot of people do not understand how to use properly. And understanding how to actually go about using such tools will actually make a difference between you getting the opportunity, you getting that research paper done, and you also getting to get that job because using these tools could make you more productive. So for me, I don't know if you guys have any questions for me, but one thing I'd like to let you guys visit is there are some platforms I want you to visit. Platforms like www.opportunitydex.org. That is one platform where you could get some global opportunities, right? Then also you also have the likes of scholarship opportunitydex4africans.org. That one also you could actually get some good opportunities from that platform. And aside from all this, you could actually get to reach out to me on social media pages, Tariq Abdulaziz, and also give us feedbacks. Where did I do better? Where did I do wrong? I look forward to hearing from you all. But still, I'm asking, do you have any questions? Let me hear.
All right, thank you so much, Tariq. Any question? For those looking for scholarship, actually, those ones they have shared, Opportunity Dex and all of that is really powerful. And there's another tool, there's another website. I'm just going to put it there. It's called Scholadio.com that we're building. So what that website does is that it takes, you give it your profile and it automatically search for scholarships that's available, that is currently accepting applications that you can apply in. Unlike Opportunity Dex and all of that, where you just have to start searching on your own, but you can make use of this alongside with Opportunity Dex. I'm also going to share the link of Opportunity Dex for you. And also A Success, if you're looking for internships and fellowship abroad and all of that, you try A Success. So I'm going to share Opportunity Dex for you right now on the chat. Any question, just feel free to access. I'm going to share our speaker's LinkedIn page. I'm trying to get his LinkedIn page also so that you guys could get to follow him. Or you can connect with him, ask him any question.
Well, unfortunately, my LinkedIn, I don't know why I did to LinkedIn. LinkedIn blocked me.
Oh, sorry, boss. They blocked a lot of people that blocked me as well, but I was able to get it back.
I'm reaching out to your DM. God bless you. I'll come to you.
All right, guys.
No question?
No more questions for Tariq?
Well, I think there is no any question. Everything has been well understood. So we so much.
Are you sure?
I have a question.
Are you sure?
Okay, there's a question. Someone has a question.
Was this session recorded and would it be sent to our emails?
To be honest, our live sessions, that's why they are called live session. It's usually recorded, but for audit purpose, just we the team members just to audit what we've done and what we've done wrong, but we usually don't share live sessions with the public. But yesterday someone also asked that same question, so we're going to have a kind of a meeting with our members, and if we decide to share it, then it's going to be in the classroom, that's the LMS, or in your email. So, or if you're on the WhatsApp group as well, we'll share the link, we'll drop the link for you also, so no problem at all.
All right, thank you very much.
All right, you're welcome.
So guys, if I was to give you guys a reminder,
those whose CV will be reviewed, would they reach out to us or how?
What's that?
Answered questions. Those answered questions.
Yeah, our
Yes,
moderators will announce the winner now. So our moderators will announce the winner just now. So just go ahead and announce the winner already.
So before you go ahead,
okay,
I don't want to say something, right? What I just want to say to the house is, try to see how your life becomes one with a lot of stories. You shouldn't be a kind of monotone kind of person where you just live your life on autopilot. You have to be intentional and give it some good scalar, give it direction and magnitude. Because if you do not do such, you have little stories to say, and without those stories, you won't see the best version you could become. I'm not giving you motivation to anything, let's make you all understand that go out there, build that skills, get those networks, learn how to speak in public, and shoot your shots. Because if you're invisible, but you're also having the better capacity, nobody sees you. Don't forget, the person that is more consistent, despite not having the skill level you have, would actually get more opportunities than you that has the skill but has less visibility. So,
all right. Thank you so much, Tariq.
I see a question from Marta. Fatima Ali, you're holding up your hand.
Abdullah Osadetu, can you please share the link to the WhatsApp group? Someone is asking a question.
All right.
So who is our winner? So just announce
Yeah,
that.
Alicia.
What's your name?
Oh, Alicia.
Our winner is who? Felicia?
Alicia.
Okay.
Alicia.
Okay, Alicia is our winner. Is that a full name?
Please, let me go to that.
So you can DM me. The winner can DM me on WhatsApp. So and then send me or you send your CV to learning@potently.org, and we're going to review that for you. And I think Fatima has her hands up. What's up?
Yeah, Alicia Benjamin.
Thank you so much. Can you give it to the next person that is following me? I'm here to learn and I've learned a lot. So I would like to take this opportunity for someone. So I will need those.
Yeah, I think
yeah.
that's Fatima. Is it Fatima? Let me see. Yeah, Fatima.
Thank you so much for this.
Yeah, you're welcome.
All right. Thank you so much, Alicia. That's a very good gesture from your end. We really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Yeah. But I think it's Elisha, right? Not Alicia, right?
Okay, Elisha. Sorry for pronouncing it wrongly. Elisha. Okay, I think Abubakar Mariam is also here. We can go with Abubakar Mariam.
Manasseh, you want to say something?
No, I'm done. Thank you.
All right, thank you, sir. Fatima, what about you?
Yes, sir. What is it, sir?
Yeah, do you have anything to say before we wrap this up today?
I want to ask if you can say how the undergraduate can also have access to scholarship.
If what? Undergraduates can?
Undergraduates who can have access to scholarship.
Yep. So that's a very good question. Currently, potently, we have a session. We have a program which is just for students. So its application is on right now, right? So if you're an undergraduate student and you are struggling with your grades, just go to potently.org, apply as a student. If you apply as a student, we're going to pair you with a mentor that is going to help you till you graduate, until you get a job or till you get your master's anywhere. And also we're going to put you in a pool because we have some of our friends that have benefited from scholarships while they were in school. So some of them are now willing to sponsor undergraduate students. So we're going to pay you with someone that will pay your tuition fee. But that particular one is strictly for those that are struggling. So we need to know that you are struggling either academically based on finance or any other thing. So right now we have a couple of slots available, right? So, and if you apply and then we based on your potently score, we're going to see if you deem fit for that, then we're going to pay with a mentor, and also you have access to your tuition fee, right? And but the good thing is everyone that applies to potently as a student will have access to a one mentor. You have one-on-one mentor that is going to be your mentor to make sure that you graduate. But not everyone is going to get it's not everybody that is going to get someone to pay their tuition fee waiver because we don't have money. We are doing this. All the people that are working for Potently, they are all volunteers. I myself, that as the founder, I'm just doing this as a give back. So for the tuition fee waiver, we just connect you with people that are willing to give back to the society. We'll just connect you to them. They pay you. They pay your school for the tuition fee waiver, and they also provide mentorship. But we will provide you with our resources. So we have a lot of resources. We help you like this programs here. We have other tools that we've developed. We're developing an AI tool now called Veritop, which is the goal is just grade booster. It helps you to boost your grades. Most of the things you see from Anki Deck, Notebook LM, you can do it with with Veritop AI. So that Veritop AI is going to be paid for people outside Potently, but if you're a student under Potently, you get it for free. We have the Scholodo, which is the scholarship matchmaker. So if you're a graduate and you're looking for scholarship abroad, so instead of moving from one site to the other, trying to search for scholarship, just go to scholodo.com, and on that place you put your profile and it intelligently search and match you to scholarships that are I'm looking for, which maybe Chevron is currently receiving applications now. Is going to tell you Chevron is up, and it's going to tell you based on your profile if you are fit for it. It's going to give you a score breakdown, what you need to improve, what you don't need to improve. So instead of jumping from one site to another, I just go to Scholodo, and Scholodo you can really get scholarship alert that is tailored to you. But this is for graduate students and it's external scholarship. But for undergraduate students that are struggling with their grade, we have internal scholarship, which is the one I think Fatima Ali you can apply for. We're going to pay you with people that can pay for your fees. And if there's anyone here too that think you can sponsor a student in school, please just reach out to us, right? And then we're going to pay you with a student, and all you just have to do is just to pay for the student school fees. You don't need to give us anything. You will pay, we will monitor, and we'll ensure that the student is improving. Okay, so thank you guys, and that's it from me. Moderators, if there's any other thing, let me know.
One more thing, I'm very sorry.
Okay. Please go on.
About scholarship first. You talk about scholarship for students that are struggling. What about students that are not struggling, but somehow, whenever they apply for scholarship, they tend to miss it, maybe during the interview or during the visit. Maybe a student is 4 points above GPA.
Yeah, so you mean applying for scholarship like for master's or PhD? Is that the way you're saying?
For undergraduate
Okay.
too, but
Yeah.
not.
All right. So if you're not struggling, right, and you need scholarship, right, you can still apply for Potently, right? So there are two things you get from Potently as a student. You get two things. One, you get mentorship, right? And the mentorship is going to help you. Your mentor is going to, if that's your problem, the goal of the mentorship is to help you solve your problem. If you even have an emotional problem or something, your mentor is going to help you with that. If you have an interview, you want to learn data analysis and you need resources, we'll pair you with a mentor that is a data analyst. Right now, I have someone here in the UK. He called me and he was like, okay, he's willing to mentor 3 people, 1 graduate and 2 undergraduate students, if they're interested in maybe networking and all of that. So like say now you are into engineering and you want to move into networking, and then maybe you have exams of Cisco, networking and all of that. So this mentor is going to help you to do that. So there's that kind of mentorship available for you, right? So like for you now that you're not having a low grade, right? So you're not having a low grade. So that does not mean Potently doesn't have something for you. What it just means is that you should have a low chance of Potently pairing you with a mentor that can also pay your tuition fee. You're not struggling financially, but you can be paired with a mentor that will help you to achieve your goal, like preparing you for interviews, helping you to learn more. But even with your good grades, if you can prove to us in your application that you are actually struggling, right, we'll pair you to it. So the priority is just for people that are struggling based on that. So that's just what it is, but you can still apply for, and you will learn from your mentors on how to scale those interview questions. Okay, so I hope that answers your question. Okay, we have a question on graduates applying for PhD and having issue with SOP. Yep. So after this summer program, we have a graduate program. So that graduate program is for just graduate students. The application is on right now. So the graduate program is divided into 2. So one is for people that are looking for a job, or you're looking for scholarship abroad for either PhD or for masters. So once you apply, you indicate which one you have. And the program is a 6 months length program, and can be extended until you get an offer, right? So you can go for that program, apply for that program. If you're lucky to be selected, then that's perfect. But otherwise, you can go to scholodo.com, right? If you go to Schoology.com, if what you are struggling with is SOP, Schoology.com is going to be your best solution, which is probably it's also a product from Potently as well. So go to Schoology.com, look for the package that suits you, and then you subscribe, and then we're going to help you. But if you want to be part of the graduate program, we work with you until you get a job. That's what we want to do, but it's going to start in 3 weeks' time after the summer experience program. So we have programs that is lined up for the rest of this year, and we need volunteers, we need sponsors, we need you guys. So any other question? What's the name of the site that undergraduate can apply if he's struggling? It's still our site, potently.org. Potently.org. It is still us. Okay, go to potently.org, and then you apply as a student. And then if you're a graduate, you're looking for scholarship, you apply as a graduate. It's all there on the website, okay? And I asked Saadaton Abdullah Yakub, one of them, to share the WhatsApp link, but they're unable to share it. But you can just DM me on WhatsApp, and I'm going to send you the link. I think I just put my number. I'll just put my number again. You can DM me, and then I can just add you to the group directly. Or if you have any further questions, you can ask me via my DM. So guys, it's really interesting. You guys stayed to this very last moment. So any other questions, feedback, whatever, you can always DM me, because I need to jump for another meeting. I have another session by 6:30, and I need to prepare for just 15 minutes for that. So guys, I will hand you guys over to the moderators where they just conclude this session. Thank you so much, guys. See you next week. Or rather, see you Monday. Our learning continues 10 minutes daily. And next week, we have a different live speaker, and we have different practice session that we're going to do next week, Saturday and Sunday. Cheers.
Okay, thank you so much, sir. And we appreciate everybody, especially our speaker, Sir Tariq Abdul Aziz. We so much appreciate your time, and we appreciate everyone. Until we catch up next time, inshallah. Bye-bye.